Acopia is a district or town with a textile center working with CTTC, the Center for Traditional Textiles of Cusco. It's about 2 hours to 3 hours, depending on traffic and construction, from the city of Cusco. Seen on the left, we have plying in the yellow, and on the right in the green jacket, a spinner is spinning some yarn. The way that people spin in Acopia is different from most of the Cusco region in that folks spin in a supported mode. See how she is resting her spindle on her kiparina, on her carrying cloth. Sometimes they also use a ceramic bowl. Seen from another angle, here carefully not disturbing the carefully placed toy left there, the zebra, by one of the children running around during the business meeting during which this spinning video was filmed. You can see our spinner is spinning in a supported mode, which means she is resting her spindle on the ground or on something, or holding it in her hand as she goes. In this case, she's resting it. She is spinning from a mass of fiber that has been, it is sheep's wool, and it has been taken off the sheep and washed, and that's basically about it. You can see that she is spinning with a long draw method, which means that she's got twist in the drafting zone. It plays an active role in the drafting process. And after she does her initial drafting pass, she goes back over and tweaks and tunes before she winds on and stores what she has just spun in the temporary cop. That's the massive yarn that is the larger bulbous, or the smaller bulbous part up near the top of the spindle shaft, often obscured by her hand, unfortunately, in this video. This means this is a very fast technique for spinning lots of yarn in this kind of mode. She is able to temporarily store the yarn that she has produced in this short-term storage area, this short-term cop, and then she's going to re-inspect it and do any final tweaking and tuning before she stores it for the long term in the larger cop, which is closer to the whorl down towards the bottom of her spindle. You can see that there is still some double drafting action that goes on here, which means that she is doing an initial drafting pass followed by a secondary one, which goes over and tweaks and tunes and does everything. Notice that her hands are very relaxed, that she is not gripping anything with a whole lot of effort. She's not holding real fast. You can see everybody is super excited about being in this long business meeting. Actually, they were very excited. There were lots and lots of things to talk about, including the pre-Columbian textile photos in the pictures in that book right there that she's looking at, that everyone's been looking at, which there's talk about maybe trying to reproduce with some of the methods that Acopia is particularly known for. You can see that she is not very worried about whether or not any junk gets in there. Now she is starting to wind off from that temporary cop onto her first two fingers. See how she's piling up lots and lots of yarn there? And she is holding her spindle so that it twirls neatly, but she's just kind of resting her hand there, holding on to it. Still not knocking over that zebra, pretty confidently there. Now once she's got all of that yarn wound off, she's gonna go ahead and go back over it as she winds onto the main cop, which is the part that's close down. She's almost there. You can see how much she spun in that fairly short snippet that we've been working with here. She's just about there. And you can see she is taking a little bit of funky stuff that got left on the spindle shaft, and now she's starting to wind on. It actually takes a lot of hand strength to be able to wind on this much yarn this quickly. Look how neatly it feeds off of her left hand there because of there being a figure 8 in it. Still not knocking over that zebra. And now she's got that all wound off and back to work.